Labour's point person on Europe insists Monday's summit will not be a Brexit betrayal. Sir Keir Starmer's lead EU negotiator who backed a second referendum has denied that the reset with Brussels is a Brexit betrayal. Nick Thomas-Symonds, the EU Relations Minister, insisted that he had moved on from the debates of the past ahead of Monday's major summit where a trade deal is expected to be unveiled. But it was just 5 years ago that he expressed support for a second referendum, which he said would be a preferable outcome over a no-deal Brexit. Mr. Thomas-Symonds was picked for the job by the Prime Minister, having himself backed Remain in 2016 and having advocated for a rerun of the vote in 2019. Sir Keir insisted this month that his mindset was look forward, not back, but this has done little to quieten Tory claims that Monday will be a surrender summit to Brussels. In similar words on Sunday, Mr. Thomas-Symonds told the Camilla Tominey show on GB News, "Whether it's the Prime Minister, myself or the rest of the government, we've moved on from the debates of the past. And my sense, going around the country, is the country has as well. This is about a hard-headed assessment of what is in the UK interest in the mid-2020s, not the debates of nearly 10 years ago, for the referendum." He was asked about comments from Labour MPs in red wall seats, generally Brexit-supporting areas which dramatically fell to the Tories in the 2019 general election, that they feared a Brexit betrayal. Mr. Thomas-Symonds replied, "It really isn't. It's about making Brexit work." Having spent around a year and a half as Labour's point person on Europe, both in opposition and in the government, the minister should be on top of all the details of the talks. Maros Sefcovic, his opposite number in the EU, previously said he had the Labour minister on speed dial. Mr. Thomas-Symonds has stuck firmly to the party line since taking up the role, insisting Labour will not compromise on its red lines of never rejoining the single market or customs union or reinstating free movement. But critics have pointed to his shifting stance on a youth mobility scheme, something he had denied was on the table, as proof that those Brexit red lines could still be crossed. As recently as September 2024, the minister said that there were no plans for an EU-wide mobility scheme, but on Sunday he said he was open to sensible EU proposals. He, however, denied that this signalled any return to freedom of movement, as any agreement would have to align with the government-wide plan to reduce net migration. Another element of any agreement where Brexiteers fear an excessive compromise is on fishing and food standards. The UK is expected to concede to the EU on food standards, aligning with rules on plant and animal health. A sanitary and phytosanitary standards agreement would reduce trade barriers on food, but the UK would have to follow European Court of Justice decisions in the case of disputes. Mr. Thomas-Symonds said the government would align on common standards to make sure we get far easier trade and secure an agreement. Despite all the warm words for Brexit from the Prime Minister and his right-hand man on Europe, there remain key questions as to what they are prepared to concede to get the much-desired deal.